Yeah, certainly we're thrilled to get the victory today, and Ball State came in and certainly did what they had to do. They played well, they played hard, they played a lot cleaner than we did, and credit to them, they were very well prepared, played a good game, and really pleased our guys hung in there. They fought, and like last week, they responded in some difficult circumstances and got it done in the fourth quarter. So, hopefully this is a win that we'll look back to and say it was a really good day of learning for us. We'll see how it shapes out here, but really happy to get the win.
What was the difference with that offense on that game when he drive? It just seemed like everything was clicking.
Yeah, I don't know, both drives. At the end, fourth quarter, we played better football, but we were struggling getting anything going, any rhythm offensively, pretty much through 3 quarters. And it wasn't any one area, it's just a lot of mistakes, and those are, it's tough to play good offense if you don't have guys playing cohesively and playing together and playing good fundamental football.
Did your heart go up a little bit when Brandon, on the fumble
return?
Yeah,
absolutely.
You heard, take me through that anxious few minutes, I imagine.
That was a great hustle play on his part. It was a good news. Gallery had one of those up at Michigan State a couple of years, or more than a couple of years ago, a decade ago. So it was a great effort play on his part. He's just trying to help us out after a turnover, and when he stayed down, that's not a good feeling, obviously. So the good news is his knee was stable when they examined it, and he's a really tough-minded guy. So for him to come back and do what he did's a positive, and then also Ike Bacher jumped in there and did a nice job. Came out of the bullpen and it seemed like he held his own out there.
What could you point to any specific thing in the last 5 minutes that turned them on?
I really can't. We had no choice. Both those possessions, we had to take it and get at least a touchdown, and then obviously preferably get another touchdown. So the guys just they rallied. Certainly the protection was good. It starts up front. Jake did a great job of engineering things and managed everything very, very well. Good communication, and the receivers did a good job working to get open and playing smart, and that includes our backs too. Damon come out of the backfield, so it was well executed. And just said on the radio, I'm not sure we could. In fact, I'm pretty sure we couldn't have done it a year ago, and I don't think we would have 2 years ago either. Safe to say. So hopefully that's a positive that we'll take out of the game, that and staying in there and just never giving up.
Could you almost have sensed that the offense didn't gel and get a quarterback controversy brewing? Because
that was the last thing on my mind.
Yeah.
In fact, I hadn't thought about it until you just brought it up, and there are a lot of other things I was thinking about.
Coach, Jake was very patient even on those last couple of drives. How hard is that to do, and how important is that to maintain that?
I think the tougher drive was the first one because clock was a huge factor. Now the second one, we got the ball back with plenty of time, so it wasn't quite as pressing. But that first one, we didn't have any time to fool around. We needed to get down there and go. Yet he still did a good job of pulling it down when he had to, and felt like he could get a first down and stop the clock. So he's a very heady player, and he's got some experience now too. So again, I think that's, as opposed to last year, I think that's certainly a positive for us.
Jake stood in and took some shots today.
He did.
How much was he able to really throw in the rhythm today?
Not enough. We had some near misses too in the first 3 quarters that might have helped out. That's the story of the day. I mean, we didn't make the plays, they did. It's a credit to them.
You threw the ball 55 times today too. I can't imagine that's by design or what you would want.
No, it isn't, but it's a byproduct of the way where we were at and the way we were playing. We were really fortunate to be down by the score that we were down at that point, based on what we had done, and the defenses that's who kept us in and gave us a chance to be there. You think about the last, we turned it over down in there and held them to a field goal. So it's even like last week, we did some things that weren't so good, but I thought our defense responded and gave us a chance to get back in the ball game, and it certainly was the case today.
Was there something wrong with your running game? You seemed to really go away from it at times.
Yeah, it just didn't look good, and part of that was it appeared to me, at least from the sidelines, they were intent on they weren't going to make us or let us run the ball the way we want to, and they. It was a tough game to scout because they have a new defensive coordinator, so we went back and looked at film from him at Georgetown and combined that with what they did last year. And probably the biggest thing, I don't think there was anything that was majorly different other than they amped up the blitz percentage. They came at us pretty hard a lot of the time. That's stuff that affects the run game. So they had an excellent game plan. They did a really good job, and we didn't establish anything really in that run game, especially in the first half. We're going to have to really look hard at that. I thought we adjusted a little bit better in the third quarter.
Where's the kicking game go from here? Is Ellis the guy? Is it just too early?
We'll just keep working, and I just said this on the radio. Obviously it wasn't a good day for either place kicker. Marshall's doing a great job on kickoffs. I was more despondent back in April because we had 15 days of practice and there wasn't much to be encouraged about. I thought in August we practiced well at that position, and it hasn't showed up yet. But there's nothing we can do. We'll just keep working at it. But I think my point there is that, you know, I've seen those guys do good things in practice, and I think they're quality guys. So it's just, you know, we just got to stay with it. And it's kind of like Jonathan Parker. You know, he had involved in a couple awful plays, but he's practiced really well too. So that's, sometimes you get a young guy that hasn't played that. That's you got to live with that. But I'm not concerned about it just because of the way he's got a body of work right now. It's really been impressive.
Coach, you had to come down to it, just to follow up, that final drive down to a 4th down. Were you confident sending the kicker out, and who would that kicker have been?
I'm not sure confidence is a word I'd choose right now, you know, based on today, just today, this last 3 hours. But had we had to send somebody out there, and I'm not sure who it would have been, we would have been confident they'd make it and support them all the way, obviously. So, yeah, it's just one of those situations we were hoping it didn't come down to, but you know, I'm an optimist, so I'd like to think it would have worked out.
You had 84 offensive players today, too. That's all.
We needed all 84 of them too, at least the last, you know, other than the last 1 or 2. There again, the defense really did a great job getting that ball back at the end there.
Your defense seemed to make those good strides from week 1 to week 2 and in the run game, and really 10 points wasn't really on them at all in this game.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they first series didn't feel good, you know, just the way we were playing. It didn't hurt us other than field position change a little bit, but you know, we weren't, felt like we were feeling them out a little bit, and after that I thought we played pretty well. Although there are a lot of plays, you know, missed tackles and leverage to the ball that are going to be correctable tomorrow that we're going to have to really start nailing down, because those matters of feet and yards, you know, really start to add up, especially in close games. We're going to have to do a little bit better there, but a lot of that's inexperience, and hopefully this game experience will help the guys.
2 very tough games to start the season, but it's 2 wins. Confidence-wise, what does that do for the guys?
You know, the best thing, again, and I said that last week, I thought the team responded in tough circumstances, and I thought that was the case today again. And again, it was kind of different segments, you know, but the outside of our field goals, the special teams played pretty well. The defense gave us a chance to stay alive, and then obviously the offense rallied there in the 4th quarter. And, you know, so hopefully we can all look back and say, hey, we learned something about ourselves today. But we're also have to look back and say there's a lot we're going to have to clean up here, because we have 10 tough games ahead of us, and you know, it's going to be more of the same each and every week, so we have to really maximize our opportunities a little bit better.
Are you trying to?
Thought process on using Beathard in that series, and then what did he show you?
Yeah, we never got to it last week. It was something we said we were going to do, and then we get into the game, and it's, you know, when do you do it? So, you know, we basically thought coming into this game we'd do 2nd, 3rd series with him, you know, and just see where it took us, and you know, that's kind of about it.
With Wiseman, is he injured, or is
No, he's
are you,
fine. He's fine.
Are you trying to preserve him? Or?
No, it's just I think it ties in with the run game part of it. We're going to have to better figure this out, because clearly right now we're not running the ball effectively as we need to. So I think it's something we're going to have to visit about tomorrow and think about between now and next Tuesday before we start practicing again.
Okay,
Okay,
thanks everyone.
thank you.
Just a reminder.